Hi, I'm John Franklin.
And I'm John Neal.
And I'm Luke Stevens.
And this is
Aerogel Insulation.
So before we go into aerogel insulation, let's find out what aerogel is made out of. So John, what is aerogel?
Well, simply put, aerogel is an ultra-low density material that is extremely porous. It is produced by the removal of a liquid in a gel and replaced with a gas. Scientists have been known to describe it as frozen smoke. In addition to what I had mentioned earlier, it's 99.8% air, 0.2% silica. It has a honeycomb-like structure and is often described with a texture of styrofoam. This little piece of aerogel can support 4,000 times its own body weight. Aerogel, just like our atmosphere, scatters blue light, but in reality, when light passes through, it's yellow. Due to an unexpected fall from my phone, we discovered that aerogel is extremely brittle. If you notice, the shards all over the table.
So what's the background behind aerogel?
Aerogel was discovered in 1929 by Samuel Stevens Kistler. Earlier uses of it were as a thickening agent for makeup, paint, and napalm. Dr. Kistler here discovered that it had promising properties for insulation.
Now, Dr. Kistler, he was off to a great start. But as with everything, NASA had to get a hold of it and take it one step further with the production of aerogel insulation.
NASA first used aerogel insulation to help insulate the electronics in the Mars rover.
So you're saying this is aerogel, yet this is aerogel insulation? What's the difference?
Well, this aerogel insulation, also known as pyrogel, is aerogel interwoven with fiberglass, and it makes a really good insulator.
Ah. So now that we know what aerogel insulation is, what are its properties?
Well, first off, it's breathable, which prevents corrosion. Second, it repels water, making it great for home insulation. Next, it can withstand up to 1,200 degrees, making it very great to prevent fires. And then it's made up of 95% air, making it extremely lightweight.
So since we know what the properties are, how does it work and what can you use it for?
Well, since aerogel insulation is 95% air, it consists of many air pockets in its membrane which counteract the effects of heat. With insulation being its superb quality, you can find aerogel insulation being used in wetsuits, firefighter suits, rockets, pipe insulation, and wall insulation found in construction.
So what are some advantages to this insulation?
Well, some advantages are it has a reduced thickness. You can easily cut and fit it to designs and shapes. You can pack it so you can pack a lot more into a smaller space. It's very environmentally safe, and it has great heat resistance up to 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 5 times better than most insulations.
Impressive.
Yeah, very much so. Just like this picture shows here.
After a little bit of research online, we were able to find a video of a man holding 5mm thick aerogel insulation holding a blowtorch to it for a period of time.
We were pretty skeptical of this, to the fact that we weren't sure if this was fake or not. So we wanted to see it with our own eyes by getting our own blowtorch and our own piece of aerogel insulation.
Guys, so we're going to light this piece of paper on fire to make sure it's a real fire for you guys.
Okay, put it up.
Okay, and then we're going to test our insulation that we got. It's 5mm thick aerogel. You guys saw the video earlier. This is our own experiment of seeing how it resists fire.
So as you can see here, his hand's completely okay. The insulation is completely protecting him, the aerogel insulation. Let's get under. There's a real fire, real heat, and he's okay.
Nothing on the other side.
How's your hand?
Feels amazing.
Aerogel insulation.
Here's another view of aerogel insulation to show how truly flame retardant this material can be.
So as you can see, John is lighting the ends, the strands that we cut, and they are not catching on fire. This aerogel is pretty tough. Let's get a close-up right here. So no matter how much heat he applies on, due to the fact that aerogel is very flame retardant, does not catch on fire. You could do this all day.
So what are some cons to this insulation?
Well, really, there's only one downfall to the aerogel insulation. Unless you're NASA, the average consumer is probably not going to be able to afford it for a while. This 1 square foot costs $30, just to give you an example.
Resources for this aerogel insulation. So thank you for watching our presentation on aerogel insulation. We hope you learned a lot about it.
I thank you as well.
Thank you.
Yep, so goodbye.